Boy. Okay, that's even worse. Sorry about that. I just cut off the last stream. Let me see, make sure that I can go through and edit that. It's really annoying. Just give me a sec. That's why I came on here tonight. It was unannounced, but I just want to make sure that I'm not doing a double track. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no. Right. I got it. Hold on. Oh, God, this is a pain in the ass. All right. I'm going to delete. Okay. Delete. Yes. Delete forever. All right. Are you still with me? Really sorry about that. That's why I came on. I was trying to figure this out, and so the webcam is actually working again. This is really annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure why it quits, so it's just an anomaly. Fat Cat, happy 54th birthday. It gets better, or at least take enough medication will seem better over time. So anyway, it's hopefully it will still work. I had to go through and delete the other video. God, what a pain in the ass. Hold on, live. All right, I think that worked. I'm technically challenged, okay? I don't have all the tricks of the trade. Right. I thought you were just really happy to see us because it had you frozen on a very big smiling face. Really? I wasn't looking like like I usually am whenever I whenever I'm on these things. I don't understand why some people, like, when you pause the video, they're like, but whenever I pause the video myself, I'm like, I've gotta work on that. I mean, really, I'm not kidding. It's a thing with me. And, I'm one of those, I don't like to listen to myself, don't like to see myself, so, um um and we have, somebody from Maryland, Beverly Grace says, "You were right about my stomach problems. Thank you. You are for real. God bless." Oh, well, thank you, Beverly. I don't remember what I said, but I hope it's okay. Oh, I know technology is just like, if anybody lives in my area and knows how to do technology, please contact me. I really I guess I'll answer a few questions while I'm here. Just a few. No. I have Kim Throckmorton. Hi, Todd. I was wondering if my daughter will do well in her career choice. Her name is Lakin, and she's 22 years old. Excuse me for being kind of hoarse. I've been doing readings all day. I've got like a lot, like a dozen every day. That's how many I've got, and I'm working Saturday and Sunday too. And I'm working tomorrow with dog trackers, trying to find some dogs for these people. It's on my mind, you know. It's been too long. Anyway, so you're talking about your daughter, Lake, and she's 22 years old. Will do well in her career choice. Actually, I feel pretty straight on the mark for her. I've yeah, so I get pretty positive things about her career choice, and she'll stick with it, which is unusual for 22 years old because, you change your mind very often. And but I think she'll do pretty well. She has some kind of background science because I was getting science. I have Muskoka, Ontario, Canada here. Kimberly Allen in Mississippi, holding my breath. Oh, yeah, it was. There was a headline about that. Tornadoes down there. Hmm. Hold on. Oh God. I hate tornadoes. I really do. I hate storms in general. Um, so we wish you a safe time. I think you'll be okay. Um, but I'm actually getting north of you guys, north of Mississippi has been quite dangerous. Northeast. Um, we have Alabama here, and they're saying that yes, bad ones in Alabama. I will say a prayer. And Beverly, you're okay. You're totally healed from antibiotics. I have Ray. Um, would love to know when you see me moving to the top end of Australia, please. So that's the top end of down under. You know. Um, I get something about May, but it feels more like June. It could happen. I have a friend there, north of Brisbane. They have Kimberly Allen. I think she said she was a Canadian. Her son, who's 32, his name is Curtis, and his wife, Jenna, she is 31. Um, will they split up this year? Actually, I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like April's a rough month for them, but after that, um, I have Midwest Girl. Do you see me getting another dog anytime soon? Possibly October. Okay. Oops, Kathleen. um, I have Sharon Conroy. I really worry about my daughter to autism, ADHD, and and ODD 16-year-old. Don't understand the question. Give me a name and their age. I have Hillary Edmonds. Hey, Todd. Anything new going on in my life? I need something desperately. It looks like same old till about August, September for you. With the heart, that's meaning relationships, I suspect. So it's up to you, I feel. But I kind of feel like you have to go out of your circle. Um, so back to Ray, you're saying, oh, you're north of Brisbane now on the Sunshine Coast. Beautiful. So top part is crocodiles. So on that note, well, some news around May, and then I see some most definite around September, something like that. My friend lives near where you know Steve Irwin has his center. Um, let me see. I have uh, higher ground. Oh one. Um, will my Cassie cat continue to thrive in old age despite colitis? Um, actually, I believe so. Um, for some reason, I feel like it tones down or it's not there after a while. So that might be good news. I don't see a surgery. Um, Leslie Russell, I'm having a scan in 2 weeks. Do you see the outcome? I'm scared. For some reason, the scan and they're just watching something, so it feels like watching. And we have people from South Australia. And Doomer Boomer said Todd has such nice teeth. Yes, okay, that is the one thing I will admit. I paid a lot of money for them, a lot of money, but I've got a little bit of an issue. And my daughter noticed this the other day. We do bird whistles sometimes, and I couldn't do them. It just it was not working. And now I understand why, because I had a space in that tooth and the tooth was replaced. And I think that killed my bird noises. So I'll just have to try them out my rear end if I could. Please don't try that at home. So, we have yeah, some of the stuff I say on um, hmm, wait till you see what I have in store tomorrow if you're on my Instagram or Facebook. I'm not gonna say a word. Do you see me? I have Ashton. Do you see me being able to purchase land in the next couple of years? And any possibilities for me opening a wedding venue? where our country is right now economically, I question if it's possible. Next year's actually quite a good year for you. You've been in a real bad holding pattern, um, and I feel pretty good about next year. I'm even looking around September as being a good time for you, like a change of thought, okay? So, I don't think it's out of the question. As far as the area where you are, I'm not sure about the area where you are. I'm going down towards North Carolina. So you may look into some different things. Um, I have Taylor, who's 61. Do you think my health will improve soon? Am in a lot of pain with fibromyalgia. Oh, sucks. Watch some of the other medications you are taking or have doctors reevaluate them a little bit, especially if you're taking anything for blood pressure or blood thinners, that kind of thing. So I think a reevaluation might be necessary. I see age 62 is better for you, actually. I have Maggie K or Magda. You have workers' compensation case in litigation. Why win settlement for money for my injuries? Thank you so much. Yeah, I think you will actually. It feels like there is some settlement. And honestly, I'd take what you can get. Um, hold on one sec. I don't want to scroll too fast. I'll go to this slowly. Back to higher ground, your Cassie cat. It can be a serious thing, where I believe you would see anemia, that kind of thing. And in your cat, I'm not seeing that for some reason, which is good. Um, so as far as severity, I'm not feeling quite as between 0 to 10, I'm getting a 5, you know? Oh, Ray, that's interesting. So you're up there as well. Huh. I'll tell my friend. I won't give out names here, but she could actually use a friend up there. She's married, has kids. Um, yeah, so you can't go swimming. Well, you know, you could find a swimming pool. Um, let's see. I'll do one question per person since I've got 47 so far on here. Um, we have a lot of Australians here. Well, it's because it's there. Hold on. I'll be correct here. And well, if you're in Brisbane right now, it's 11:30 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. day ahead. Um, let's see. I have Brenda Mallet. She has fibroneuropathy. I was in a bad wreck several years. How's my health doing? Hanging in there, I feel. Um, the fibro thing is neurological, I believe. And I do believe that there's some genetics in the family from it as well. But I don't feel any worse. I get leg pain with you too, like my legs hurt. Almost like you get sore muscles and then it doesn't go away. I might think about some kind of an anti-inflammatory or something your doctor can recommend that helps with inflammation, because what happens is it gets inflamed, it gets sore, and it just seems to stay that way, you know. But I'm not a doctor, so TM K43. See anything in regards to her health? Also, a big criminal case for her. She is the victim. Any insight? She'll have to leave that up to the lawyers, I believe. That's it, basically. I feel somebody with a criminal record before, and I think that she has to just listen to what the legal people tell her to do. But I feel like there's been they've been after this person for a while. How do you get an appointment with me? You go to my website. You can look up my name, Todd Siegel, right on the internet, or you can go to toddsiegelpsychic.com, and everything's there. You can make the appointment, and yeah, there's a lot of Aussies here. Let's see. I have Mary Postupak. Okay. Been going through a tough 2 years with a work injury, lawsuits, and trying to get Social Security, disability, and your mom passed away a year ago. I'm very sorry. Um, Social Security, I believe, quite possibly. Um, I don't know. Your mother says work on you and get past some of this stuff because she says you're not done um, with your life. The disability, I'm not sure about. I think it's possible, but it feels like it takes almost a year. I get number 8 too, which could mean August, something with the disability. Um, Brenda Mallet, Todd, you keep repeating over and over. Do I? Yeah, tell me a first, let's see. Tell me a first name. That would be good. I have Jess from Indy, as in like Indiana, possibly. India. Anyway, I feel bookwork and I feel something online. I feel organizing and managing and something about helping businesses is what I get. I also feel like you had a training before that you were helping students. Interesting. So you definitely have some kind of educational background. That's wherever that leads. Hmm. Well, Ray, go to my Facebook page. Join my Facebook page. Maybe I'll put you guys in touch. Okay. Friends originally from Sydney. Okay, now this thing just scrolled big time. Hold on. Um, I okay. Um, I have Angie C. Hi, Todd. Does Andre, age 46, just think I'm bossy? Or does he like me and will he come around? Oh, you're not bossy. You just know what you want. Um, he wants to keep it friendship, is what I'm getting. He just, it's like I get a smile on his face, but I also get like kind of like, okay, let's just, not get too close. Could it be where he is in his life right now? I mean, he is 46. Still pretty young. Um, but if you ultimately had asked me, I'm not seeing you guys together in that respect. I have Mickey Morgan. Hello. Um, Summer Ray. Hello. I have is it CMO? Hello, my siblings and I inherit our father's part of an estate. My uncles are trying to take it all. We have a lawyer. Do you see anything we should know to receive a fair portion? There is a portion for you, I believe. I think it's in the legal writing or the way it was written out. Um, because I'm not sure if the uncles get it free and clear. There does seem to be a timeline because the uncles are older. And I think there's more to it than what you know about, and then let the lawyer hash it out. Because I feel some's coming your way. I have Empress intuition. Is anything good coming soon in my love life? Please, Todd. You must change. I know that's a hard thing. Change. Going to have to step out of your box to have a love life. There's part of you that's there, and then there's a part of you that's like, nope, I don't trust this. So I feel some trust issues with you. It's okay. You know how you get over trust issues? You just don't trust anybody. I've had that recently. I just don't trust anybody. Um, if somebody says, "Trust me," I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, right." So, you're gonna have to make a move. November to December seem a little better for you, okay? I get an Aries around you too. And Brenda, well, you might win the lottery if you weren't on here and you were playing some tickets. Um, if you wanna know the winning lottery numbers, they are did you hear that? They're okay, I just wanna make sure you heard that. And, so it's April Fool's Day in Australia. Um, I didn't know they had April Fool's Day in Australia, actually. I thought it was just an American thing. Yes, we do have it here. We do have it here. And, I usually do a little something every year, and, you'll just have to wait and find out tomorrow on my Instagram or Facebook page. Oh, Mona. Mona is not up here. I don't think so. I think she was downstairs. We were having a talk before, because I live alone, and I'm very grateful for her because she's like my only company in the house, Mona. And so I pretty much this is my life. I work, I check in with missing dogs, and then I work again. So, um, but then in the daytime, I have horses to tend to. Um, and what do we have? 64 people in here. I think Brenda has an echo chamber. She says everything's repeating 3 times. Just, well, sometimes it can be the internet. Back to hold on. Okay, I have Jennifer 36. I have clairvoyant visions. Oh, I think I know Claire. Only before I fall asleep. Only before you fall asleep. Once I saw a man in the 60s, 70s with a worn face standing next to a white car, maybe from the 1970s. And what did it mean? For some reason, I have a feeling he might have had something to do with your home or area locally, possibly your house, but I'm not seeing it as family or him as family. I'm not seeing it as past life, but I am seeing it like as a spirit from where you were. I have Diana F. She's 58 years old and has some health issues. Do you see anything I should be really concerned about? Well, it's that lovely thing they call midlife. I get some fatigue with you, some tiredness, I think those things could be turned around by taking care of your body more. I see knees has given you issues, and I also yeah, so legs, knees, right knee, I get one shoulder joint, right arm, and your neck. So a lot of these things are kind of like fatigue building up. Your sleep seems okay. Um, so nothing major, just some maintenance. I have Sharon Conroy. Don't worry about my question and tube. My daughter, she is complicated. Most daughters are. Can you tell me when I might sell my house and do I build or move to another town? I get 24, 2024, May to June, possibly building in before then, like January. I think it's another town. So it seems like you stay somewhere temporarily. House is very sellable, I feel. But I do feel you go to a new area and it feels like new construction. But it sounds like a long-term thing. I'm getting like 2024 the summer. I have Michelle. Will my boyfriend and I get married? Should I worry about him being faithful? I struggle with that with every relationship. He seems like he's really like adamant. I do not cheat. I'm not that kind of person. Um, well, I've been doing a lot of readings about this recently. One lady, it's been almost every single day. We've been, been helping them as a couple, actually. I never thought of myself as a therapist because, I'm not that like normal, you know. Um, but what I can say to you is because I feel you've spent enough time with each other, but there's a part of him you feel uncomfortable with, is what I'm sensing. And it's um it's a problem. So I don't think it's just you. And you talk about you struggle with that in every relationship. It's possible that you are finding similar partners and similar type of people. And, I see this happen a lot. I was doing a reading for a woman going through divorce and very hard on her. But then she's like, well, I want to start dating and again. I said, really you should wait a little while because you're still going through all this. And then she had this look. And the problem is she really needs some space to find herself first. And I can also see that she's finding the similar type of personalities and similar people, and she's not learning, you know? So I see this over and over again. So back to you, Michelle. Think about the people that you're picking. Brent is like, "You brat, send to me now." I know that was like really mean. I have been lucky in gambling though before. I hate to tell you. Now they fix everything so bad. It's terrible. Okay, I have Marcy MS from Kansas. It would mean a lot to me. Be careful next week in Kansas. I feel some weather coming through. A lot to me if you can offer any guidance on my near future employment opportunities. Hmm. It feels like June you've had enough, and it feels like July you get something new. This is what I'm getting. It just feels like I've had enough and I can't find anything, but actually something may come through around the month of May to June. So keep your eyes open. Brenda wants to go for a motorcycle ride. Um, that is completely fine. You have your option. You have a cruiser type bike, nice mellow, or we have the sport one, which actually can make you look younger because what it does is when you're driving, it stretches your skin like this. So it actually provides many tightening things. um, I have Sharon Coran. Well, my son's partner Dominic, age 56, get his medical license in Kentucky. Yeah, but it's a little bit delayed, but I think he could, like August. Feels summer. I have Nandini. Will my sister stop alcohol and realize how it's affecting her? I mean, when will she realize? Realize you think she is 22 right now. Um, okay. 25 is an age that came to mind to me, but she might have a rough 20s all the way up till 28, 29. So it's hard. It's really hard. I think a lot of it has to do with the crowd she's around too. Oh, okay. Let me go back to Marcy MS. Okay. Okay. Things about your health. Health seems better around August. Medical school is part of the picture. It seems like medical training, so I'm not sure as far as full medical school, but it feels more personal and smaller. Some Summer from West Virginia. I'm trying to draw my guardian angels and clear the negative energy. Anything you see I need to do? Stay away from electronics and watching YouTube. That's one thing I see you should do. There's an energy of a man in your house, or a man's spirit that seems to be around you a lot, like he kind of controls you. He's an older man. I'm actually feeling 70s, possibly. Um, I think you're doing as much as you can, but to try to step out of your zone, help people, and yeah, step out of your zone a bit. Maggie, you're welcome to go for a motorcycle ride too. Hey, if you guys are in town or if you are in this area, we can go out to lunch, and that is totally fine. I'll bring the helmets. Uh, okay, let me go back up here. Hold on one sec. I must have missed. Yeah, if you ask me something again, I lost a question. You were asking me. No, it was on somebody else. So when somebody asks a question, then all of a sudden they ask another one, it's hard for me to backtrack. Mm, I have Beach Butterfly, or I should say Julie, 54. Will I find a partner after being single for over 30 years? I have 3 adult children I raised myself. Well, what I can tell you is no, I don't see somebody right now. So what happens when that happens? They're not gonna magically come along. So I think you're gonna have to make an effort at this. Hold on one sec. I've got oh, darn it. I had an update window and it just popped up right in front of the whole screen. Okay. Um, I have a Diana F. Your sister Karen died December 7th, 2022. Very sorry for your loss. She was only 55. Can you see what she died from? I get a hemorrhage. Diana. And I guess something at the brain as well. So they would call that, I get a blood hemorrhage. I have wonky, wonky donkey. Life-altering health issue. Will I overcome it? Move on. Tell me what the issue is and your first name and age. That would be helpful. Okay, so Nandini, I'm back to you. Do I see any major complications due to alcohol use? I mean, will it just be a phase till 28? Well, I've lost friends in accidents to alcohol when I was younger. Lost some close friends at 16 years old. I've seen alcohol lead to heroin addicts. So, yeah, there's a lot of risk to her health if she's drinking excessively like that. Um, the one thing that it could cause in her as a more major thing is depression. So that's the complication there. Don't worry, Brenda. We'll send you the lottery number. um, Summer Rae will be here in this area. Yeah, send me an email. I have Gabriella. You're building up courage to ask me questions because I have a few. But first, wondering if my dad will ever be a part of my life again. Not in the way that you want him to be. He has a lot of chips on his shoulders. I feel he's just very different than you are. And I also feel he's just been this way a long time. I have Paula. Your mom's in hospice and unresponsive. Does she have anything to say to me? Her name is Virgie, 94 years old. Well, as far as things to say to you, not really. Do I feel that she's kind of in and out of the spirit world? So when people start going through that, there's usually people around. I get a man who's older, who's looking like he's younger. I think it's her father coming through. I'm seeing an older style to him. He looks like he's dressed in 60s outfits. And so I see other people around her, and that's part of the transition. Okay, so Sarah, you have liver disease and 49 years old. I'm worried I will be alone. Liver disease is pretty, is there. Just being polite. Are they talking about a transplant or something? Because I'm getting that feeling. But on the whole, I feel you've just had a very rough patch, and there seems like there's some hope around April. And I think after June, things will be getting a little bit better for you. As far as the being alone part, that is something you're going to have to remedy. You know, a lot of people, it's our society, our social structure and society is gone. You know, if you're single and alone, which I am, you are looking at a society that does not communicate anymore. Um, it there's no structure, social interaction. More than half the society is, really into the electronics and staying on that. Uh, a lot of single people have just, given up. I even see young people, they're like, "Oh, no, we're not gonna have a family. We don't wanna do any of that." And, if you're my age, you're just like, "What the hell is going on?" So, we have to make some kind of a social life, and that's something that you should work on. I feel your condition will be okay, but I feel that emotionally, that has to change too, you know? Um, Back to Nandini. There's not much you can do to help her, unfortunately. Rehab's not gonna really I would say a therapist would be good. Qualified therapist that deals with alcoholism. But you may not be successful at the attempt. I'm just saying. But I'd still try. Um, Hold on. Whoa. I'm just lost my place. Somebody asked me a question. I feel so bad about it because it's just like there and gone. Um, okay. Okay, I have Mickey Morgan, or no, it says Michelle. Was wondering about my mom, Nancy, born in 1941, died 2 years ago. Would like to know what of. Heart failure is what I get. I also get something of the pancreas too, but I'm more drawn to the chest area and the heart. And the heart feels like arrhythmia. So that's what I'm getting. I have Kristen that says, Todd, what actor on the other side is watching over me spiritually? Why do I want to say Porky Pig? Like in cartoons? I know that's like really cold, but I really don't know. Funny enough, I get W.C. Fields. Numbers, not really. I don't know. The only thing I do about numbers is when I'm finding locations or streets and stuff like that. I have Ashley. Your mom, Tammy, is 63 and was just diagnosed with diverticulitis in her right leg. Mm. Um, I'm not getting anything she should pay attention to other than probably the treatment for it. Um, I feel that they would probably be able to help her. And Shelley, have a good night too. Thank you. And we have Sunflower's True Crime. Hello. I have Tina Velez. Your cat Zula died last week. I miss him. What was the cause of death? And is he near me? Yes, I feel they're always near us. The one thing I get was a heart murmur in this cat, so possibly a heart murmur. I'm also getting I'm getting something about the blood that seems off, like a mass near the spleen. So a couple of things is what I'm getting. Um, wasn't gonna stay here on that long. So Jennifer 36, what does the guy with the white car want to communicate? Nothing. He could have been the previous owner of your home. As far as dying there, I'm not really feeling that they are kind of drawn to where they are. I have O Obi 1938 or something. I am a 53-year-old female struggling with my relationship with my boyfriend of 14 years. Should I stay or let him go? Well, question is, will you let him go? I'm not feeling so. Will things get better? I'm not feeling so. So it could be a little bit of a struggle for about another year or so. Um, he's needy. He does things behind your back. I think he gets into financial problems. So it's totally up to you, but I'm not feeling you let him go right away. I wouldn't tell you to let him go, but I'd say you need to make your own decision on it. Hmm. I have Sunflowers True Crime. My daughter just got diagnosed with autoimmune disease. She's 20. Will this affect her future moving out for college? I think they keep tabs on it, and I think they do routine checks on it, so it feels like they do have a way to handle it. Um, and maybe annoyances, but I think she'll be able to do college. And I will say this, after doing, like, hundreds of readings on it too, be careful about some of the stuff that was mandated for people with little needles, because 'cause I've seen the worst cases I have ever seen, and it's a very specific list of conditions people are getting associated with it. And I warned people a long time ago about this, but it's very serious now. and also takes a couple of years to manifest in the body. So be careful about what you put in your body in the future, whether the press says it's okay or not. Yes, of course, go to your doctor and get recommendations from your doctor, but it's okay to also get second opinions. And there's a whole list of second opinions out there too, you know? Let me go to one question. Oh, I just Sharon, I agree with what you said about after the pandemic, but it wasn't just that changed people. So think about that for a bit. We have Jennifer. You're 63. Do you see my depression and motivation getting better? It feels like a hard year for you. I see after October better for you. Back to Tina. What was the mouse? A clot in his blood? Um, I don't think so. I don't think a clot in his blood. Possibly a cyst or something, or a tumor. What am I missing? I know I'm missing questions here, so I'm not trying to avoid you. Um, I have Veronica. We're not sure who did it. I would do a reading, Veronica. So she's talking about an investigation. And you people can do readings with me. Just go to my website. It's toddsiegelpsychic.com. And Ashley Dawn, that's okay. You said DVT, not diverticulitis. But it doesn't change what I said. Um, you're 33. Any changes you see it with my job? I feel like this is the year to let go anything you don't want to do. Um, it feels like you have had a rough patch, but I feel July and after is a little better. I feel a change around there, like somebody leaves or something changes pretty soon. Um, let's see. I have yeah, so some people definitely do a reading with me. I can see some serious ones that are going to be like talking about a lot of questions. Uh, somebody asked about consider doing email readings if possible. I did email readings for a while, but I have some big problems with it. Sometimes I will ask a question or somebody won't, um, I might need some information and then I write them back. And then I don't hear from them for 2 weeks, and then they wonder where the reading was. "Oh, I'm sorry, it got stuck in my junk mail." The problem is right now is people are really, really bad at emails. Unless it's a text or a messenger, they are not answering them, which is a big problem. Now, there's some people when I'm doing readings in India or somewhere that there's a language barrier. So I will do an email reading as I'm doing a regular reading with them, but I don't offer it kind of to the public. But I was doing one for Africans the other day, and they had an interpreter, and that was fine. But if I did it directly, I could do it by email. But a lot of what happens too is I'm getting short messages or I'm getting strange messages, and then I have to write them again. And it takes me so much time to do that it doesn't even make it worth it. So I would love to do email readings again, but I can't figure out how to make it work. And I'm getting a lot of readings every day. And I don't know if I would have time. Um, well, I just yeah, I don't do channeling. I have Andy Lee. Your sister's name is Suzanne. She's 46. Will she find a decent man ever? She doesn't trust people too much, which is going to be hard for her. So she could use some help. Um, okay. I may have to go in a minute because I have an update on a missing dog, and when I get a text, I usually help them. Yeah, so if you want to do a reading, I just had a sale and it was very reasonable. It's $55 for 20 minutes. And yeah, sometimes I go over with people, but this one, it's one after another, and I filled up very quickly. But I do offer, my regular readings, so get a regular reading. And if it's your first time, I'd get a shorter reading. And that's what I do. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's expensive and this and that." I'm about the same as, uh, one or two other people that I know that are similar to me who are also psychic detectives charge. We like to be right kind of at the level, but there's also other people who are charging a fortune more than me, and there's a lot of them. There's, some people, for a half hour charging $300. I'm nowhere near that. So I try to stay in the lower scale and without being too low, but not being too high. And anyway, so let's see. Oh yeah, hit the like button if you can. And hold on one sec. All right. So I'll have to go in a sec just because I was texted and anyway, I'm sorry if I didn't get to some of your Ray is talking about messenger readings are great where you can send voice messages. I've done that before, worked really well. Well, so if you get a reading from me and you want to do it by video, that's a really good way too. So we set up the appointment, and I do like to use Skype. And on Skype, the nice part about it is you can hit record and I can send you the recording. So you have a recording of it and you can download it. And that way you don't have to take notes or anything. So as far as Messenger, as far as that, it's but I couldn't be on something like Messenger and like have to um that I have to have an appointment or a time, you know. And so Skype's just like that. Some people use Zoom, and I have trouble like using Zoom, so they have to send me an invitation. And FaceTime we do quite a bit of. And but if you're out there in Australia, try a Skype call. That would be good. And I'm just yeah, I've got right now I've got about 2 dogs, and I've got an update from somebody from a while back. And, of course, we don't find every pet, but I do find, like, I would say 90% of them. The cases coming through this past year have not been good. And the reason why is because pet sitters are losing them. I kid you not. Almost all the ones that I've been chasing after are pet sitters that have lost them. So that means that these dogs are not in a place they're familiar with. Somebody goes out of town, and some of these stories are so sad. It's terrible. I've also saved dogs from dog fighting rings, people that were trying to, mangle these animals in dog fighting rings. I found one out in California. Uh, that actually she got support with the sheriffs to follow my leads, and they did find the dog, and he was in a hole, literally in a hole, pretty scarred, but they nursed him back to health. And then the sheriff's department went after these people after I gave a description. Ones I'm working on right now, one older dog, and then I've got one that's in a neighborhood. And the difference between a medium or animal communicators, what I'm doing is more like remote viewing. So I'm like a drone up in the sky and I'm looking down. And if I don't get movement, I'm not going to put up a story. I'm going to say, I just stop right here. If for whatever reason, I don't usually tell people if the animal's deceased or alive. If there's movement, yes, I feel they're alive. If there's no movement, it could mean that they're staying at a house somewhere, or it could be that they're also hurt. It's the hardest thing in the world doing these pet cases, and a lot of people don't want to touch it. Um, but I wouldn't trust anybody that says that the animal's deceased or not, because you have to prove it. And that's a very convenient way of getting out of doing the reading for somebody, is to say that the animal's deceased. I fulfilled my mission. I've told you, right? So be very careful of people out there. I have to work with proof, so when I'm working on cases like criminal cases or whatever, court cases, I've been working on some huge ones. Yeah, they're in the paper, but I'm not gonna tell you which ones, and, I'm trying to do the same as the detectives, is to find evidence or at least to prove it. And then I used to call myself a proof psychic because I was like, "Well, come up with my clues, but you have to first try to prove it, or if it gives you any leads on the matter, and then we'll go from there." And, you know, so I learned that early on, and, background, I mean, I found missing bodies where I said I've, worked on a case out in this state and, worked with the police and detectives, found a missing person, the remains, and other places too. I mean, a long time ago, I was talking with somebody, I met from Massachusetts, where I was from, and, I was talking about some of the cases I worked on there, found a man who, committed suicide, found a guy who was in a drug deal who died. I remember a woman was testing all these mediums to see what happened to her son. She didn't even say it was the son. And when I got the answers right, she was like, okay, you're hired. And went into this long case about finding the suspects in a shooting case. And anyway, so, since it's near April Fool's Day, I'm gonna announce that I'm gonna stop this profession and I'm gonna start doing pole dancing. So you can go to my OnlyFans page, at toddlovesthepole.com. I'm just kidding. Um, uh, your mom was from Arlington, Mass. I was, um I was, from Western Mass, out near Pittsfield, Berkshire County area. Yes, actually, I lived right near Arlo Guthrie, who, um, I used to talk to. Actually, my friend is his lead guitarist, and he's a musician and, plays for him on tour and stuff like that. It's a big cultural area up there. There's, Stockbridge, Lenox, James Taylor lives there, that's where he's from. If you ever heard the song "Sweet Baby James," and he talks about the Berkshires, that's where I lived most of my life, and, and people are telling me I've missed my calling with the pole dancing. I will work on that. I'll work on that. By the way, I'm not sure if you ever read my story, but I was a carpenter, and woodworker. I was a furniture maker. I was a, chair maker specifically, bend, steam, lathe work, and worked on houses and, built additions, built huge barns, and, I was a hell of a woodworker. And, yeah, occasionally I work on stuff. Actually, this desk is something I built. Um, just wondering. I have so many furniture pieces in my house that I actually made, um, back in the old days, and, maybe I'll get some pictures and do some show and tell someday of some of these pieces. Anything else? Um, yeah, maybe I'll do a tour thing. I'll go live one time and then I'll stream around my house, except for the messy parts of my house. I'll show you stuff I built, and, Yeah, I mean, you cannot do this work and not have any releases. So, a lot of times I'll work on stuff and I have to outside and I can't really hire people to do everything anyway. And but and what was that? Hold on. um Dora says we would love more Todd content. Maggie would like to see the what I built in the pole dancing too. Okay. Just wait till tomorrow, which is coming pretty soon. So if you go to my Facebook page, and anyway, so I'm sorry to go, but I do have to go. I have to get back on this text message and oh, do I miss the woodworking stuff? Well, I still sometimes work on stuff, so I don't really miss it. I do build stuff occasionally. The problem is I don't have the workshop that I used to where I live here. Um, and one problem about doing furniture and stuff like that is I don't have any room for it. So if I build stuff, it's because either I need it, um, most of the time I'm repairing stuff or repainting stuff. I've done a lot of, painted furniture and stuff like that, and, but anyway, so I'm gonna say goodnight. It was really nice talking to you, and if I missed your question, you can always get a reading from me, okay? And if you're in my area, you can get an in-person reading, and I do that, and I meet people at cafes, or I'll meet them at a park somewhere. And in the nice weather, this is a great town, a lot of history, and there are some pretty reasonable hotels around here. And I can take you for a motorcycle ride. So, anyway, you all be well, and I will talk to you soon. All right, good night for now.